Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Shantae back with another episode of Chatting with Shantae. How in the world are y'all doing? Me, I am doing amazing. All right, all the fans of The Chi, the wait is finally over. It seems like it took May 23rd forever to get here, didn't it? But we are here. We're in full effect. Season 4 is now rolling. And when I tell you they came out the gate swinging with this first episode, they came out the gate swinging. Now, quick disclaimer, if you have not watched the season 4 premiere of The Chi, I would highly suggest you pause the YouTube video or pause the podcast, go catch up, and then come back, okay? Now, luckily, the Showtime official YouTube page did drop the first episode a couple days early. I want to say on Friday, they actually, surprised us with the first episode. So that was dope. I mean, they did bleep out the cuss words, but that's okay. And I was like, should I wait till Sunday to watch it, or should I do it now? You darn skippy. I watched the first episode that Friday, and I've been watching it a few times, and then of course I watched it on Sunday with everyone else just to see everybody's tweets and things like that. So again, if you haven't watched it just yet, go ahead, catch up, and then come back, because your girl's going to be talking about some things in detail, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. So again, disclaimer, if you have not watched it, go ahead and watch it and then come back to the video or to the podcast, okay? Because y'all can't get mad at me if I say something that you didn't want to find out, and then, because I gave y'all 3 different disclaimers, okay? Okay. So if you're still listening, you're still watching, I'm assuming you have been caught up with season 4. So like I said, it came out the gate swinging. The intro alone, that first minute and a half or whatever, yeah, it really set the tone for what's to come this season, and we have a lot to look forward to. I mean, so much action, so much drama, so many jaw-dropping moments. It's about to be crazy, and it's already looking, much brighter from the last season, season 3. A lot of people were kind of disappointed with the way season 3 went about and ended and things like that. So very few people, were a few people were kind of, not really looking forward to watching season 4, but I will say they're already redeeming themselves with this first episode. So I may not go into all the details about every single thing that happened, but I do want us to touch on the very key points and what we can look forward to, and just pose some questions, some theories, some thoughts, about some of the main things that's about to happen. So in the intro, we see a whole bunch happening. We see Kev, he's looking around, he catches Jake and Gemma kissing, which, are we surprised? I mean, the way Jake was acting towards Gemma the entire 3rd season, y'all know how that goes, especially at that age when a boy or a girl, is mean to you for no reason. 9 times out of 10, they like you. So it was bound to happen. I think the only person who didn't see it coming is Kevin. So very sorry. We also see Emmett, he's locked himself in the bathroom, and someone's trying to, get in there and talk to him or hurt him or something. He's looking very stressed, as he was the entire episode. Listen, 2 words: soul food. I will not be able to watch that movie without cracking up, thinking about Emmett sweating his behind off. Do you understand me? It was so funny. But yeah, is he gonna tell Tiff? Yeah, we'll get into that. Okay, we're gonna get into it. And then we also see Keisha giving birth to her baby, and then the main big thing is we see your boy Duda. He's on the roof. I'm not sure if he's up there by himself, taking in the Chicago skyline, or if he's there talking to someone. He got set up. I don't know. But we see somebody with their hand on the trigger, and then they shoot your boy. Do they kill him? I don't know, but they shot him. And so the big question is, who in the world shot Duda, y'all? Who shot him? Now, see, Duda is that character. It's gonna be hard to just determine, okay, that person did it, that person did it. Nah, because he has so many enemies. Like, he's crossed so many people. He is not the most liked man in the city of Chicago. So literally anybody could have shot your boy Duda, but it's gonna be really interesting to see who did it and what for. Now, I will say a lot of people were not happy with the way they opened up the show by showing us all the important things and big things that's about to happen. But I liked it because, for one, it gives us things to look forward to. It gives us things to pay attention to. And also, I'm not one of those people that gets mad if you tell me the ending of something. I mean, for the most part, you can tell me the ending of something because I like to see what led up to that point. Like, okay, what drove that person or those people to get to that decision? I'm that person that likes to see how everything came about in order to get to the ending. So I liked it. It made me even more excited for the season. So let's, again, continue with your boy Duda getting shot. Who shot him? Now, I, of course, have my own theories of who could have done it. And then once the show or the episode officially aired on Sunday, a lot of people had their thoughts and speculations as well. So we're going to get to them, okay? We're going to get through the theories and all that good stuff. So the first person that everyone is assuming that did it is Trig. We do know that he is now working up under Duda. In the first episode, he said, now that I'm working with you. And Duda said, nah, dog, you work for me. Get that correct, okay? So, you know, Trig's looking at him like, we already know he don't really mess with him like that, so maybe he's going into business with him or working for him just so he can be more on the inside, so that way if he does decide to shoot him or do something to him, he'll have easier access working on the inside versus, you know, being an outsider. So a lot of people are suspecting Trig could be, you know, a main person that would shoot him. The next person that people are saying is Reg. Now y'all know Reg is Jake's other older brother, Trig's brother, of course, and he was working with Duda in one way, shape, or form, and you know, they're not really that cool either. Now we did see Reg get shot. Now we didn't see him die, okay, and everyone's been holding on to that. Listen, we saw him get shot, but we ain't see him die. So at any moment Reg could pop up and be like, hey y'all, I'm back. So we'll see. Okay, we know he has unfinished business with quite a few people, and Duda is probably on that list. Another person that people are suspecting that will be coming back is your boy Brandon. Okay, now the funny thing is it's the complete opposite as Reg. As Reg, we saw him get shot, but we didn't see him die. With Brandon, we saw his funeral, but did he get stabbed? Did he get beat up? Like, what happened? Like, we just saw a funeral and no explanation, no backstory. It was just a funeral. So a lot of people are suspecting that Brandon might be making a surprise return. Okay, he's not really dead. And if you pay close attention to season 4 episode 1 in Emmett's restaurant Smokies, there were 2 customers saying, yeah, he really ain't dead, he in witness protection program. So I'm not sure if they were just saying that because people were wondering why they didn't mention Brandon, if they were just teasing it, if they're setting it up for something, if we should be looking forward to seeing Brandon. I don't know, because last time we really saw him alive was when he was in the truck with the 2 police officers watching Duda. So you know, it's a strong possibility. Now I know the actor in real life, he has some things going on with some of the cast members, so I'm not really sure if they would want to bring him back due to the fact of what was going on behind the scenes. But for show purposes, do y'all see Brandon coming back and, you know, maybe paying Duda a visit? Or I don't know, because Brandon was a very instrumental and important part of the show, okay, and with Kevin, Emmett, and, you know, Duda and everything. So we'll just have to see. I also wrote, now I have, my list is compiled of my own personal theories and then theories that I've seen other people as well say. So I put Jake on there only because we know how Jake feels about Duda now. At first he was cool with him, like, yeah, you know, I want to stay with you, you know, I feel protected, I feel safe. But then once he saw how Duda, okay, see, he was with Otis Perry, the mayor, okay, but then he got that glimpse of Duda, and Duda's who you don't want to meet. Duda is that man that you don't want to, you know, piss off. And when we see him take off the suit jacket, it's like, well, look, sir, I don't want no issues. So Jake saw that firsthand, and he's like, nah, I'm not really rocking with you. And then, you know, in his head, he's like, I wonder if Duda has something to do with my brother Reg getting shot, killed, you know, so he's not really rocking with him like that. So he might have a motive to do something as well. I'm not saying he would do something, but you never know. Now, if you've been watching the trailers and the promo and everything, you see that we have a whole bunch of new characters coming in, okay? One of them being Jason Weaver. I absolutely love Jason Weaver. He's been blessing my TV and movie screens since forever. Okay, he's been in some of my favorite movies and TV shows. So to see him make another return to TV is going to be amazing. Now he plays Rashad. Now the thing with these new characters is we don't know who they know, who they're connected to, what their backstory is. We don't really know all that. Now in some of the clips and trailers, we do see Rashad and Trig, they're hugging, they're reuniting, so it's obvious that they're close. And I believe Rashad was locked away for quite some time, so I think Trig is going to be an instrumental part in, you know, helping him navigate through today's world and life and all that good stuff. But does Rashad know Douda? Did Douda have something to do with Rashad being locked up? We don't know. Okay, we don't really know. Now, this next one, I put might be a reach. Okay, out of all the names I have listed, it's probably the least likely to happen, just because. But I did put Mark. Now, if you don't know who Mark is the husband to Octavia, the two adoptive parents who wanted to adopt Keisha's baby. So we'll get into Octavia in a little bit. But Mark, just off the first impression, okay, it was our first time seeing him and meeting him, he really rubbed me the wrong way, okay? He was a little bit too comfortable, a little bit too, you know, bold with being disrespectful to his wife, okay? Cutting her off, being rude, being an asshole in front of company, like y'all are trying to get this baby, and yet here you are ruining it, okay? Just blatantly out loud. So, again, I doubt he has anything to do with Douda getting shot. We probably won't even see him and Douda in the same room, let alone him shooting him. But he was kind of sketchy to me. I'm just saying, maybe it's just him and Octavia going through their things. But again, because he's a new character, we don't know who he knows. We don't know how he's connected to anybody. We just don't know. I can't put nothing past nobody at this point, okay? And again, because Douda has crossed so many people in past lives and years ago and now, your boy Douda, he got a big fat target on his back coming from all angles. And then lastly, for the guys, I did put Bakari. Now, if you're not sure who Bakari is, he is the boy who shot your boy Ronnie last season for Coogie. And then he is the boy that Jake always gets into altercations with. So we've seen him, you know, shoot somebody, kill somebody. We see the animosity he has towards Jake. We see what type of character he is. He's not afraid to shoot and kill anyone. You know, he told Jake, you know what, you better get out my face before you end up like your brother. So we know what type of, you know, boldness he has. He's not afraid to kill anybody. So again, I'm not sure if he knows Douda, if he would have any type of real reason to do anything to him, but you can't put nothing past nobody. And then there's a few other men that I didn't write down, you know, like Papa's father. I think Vic Mensa is his name. He'll be on the show. I'm not sure who he knows or what's going to be happening. I think in one episode, him and Trig are going to be fighting. I don't really know, okay? So that's with the men, okay? But a lot of people were saying, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a woman who killed him, because listen, or shot him. I can't say killed because we don't know if he's dead or not, but we wouldn't be surprised if it was a woman who shot him, because listen, Douda's made enemies from men, women, children. He don't care. He's crossed a lot of people. Do you hear me? So the first person I have as far as the women is Imani. Now, Imani is Trig's wife, and we've heard the things that Douda has said about her, you know, because she is a transgender character and things like that. So, you know, we've heard the slick remarks and the way he was pushing up on her. We've seen it, okay? We've seen it. So, and we know when we got introduced to Imani, she revealed that she did indeed kill her father. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe, and we are going to see Douda around them. I mean, in the first episode in their barbershop, he did come, you know, and pay them a visit. So, you know, we've seen how Imani feels about Douda, especially when Trig, you know, shook his hand and was like, okay, yeah, I'll work with you. You know, Imani was looking stressed, like this is some bullshit right here. But so we already know how she feels about Douda. And I mean, if pushed to the limit, she might have a real reason to do something to him, because again, we know she killed her father, and we know that, you know, she down with the shit, okay? She's down. Now, the next person I have is Rosalind. Rosalind is Douda's wife. And, you know, their marriage is more so for, like, business purposes, keeping up appearances as mayor and first lady of Chicago. You know, I don't think Rosalind would kill him, and I don't think she would kill him, you know, or shoot him due to cheating, only because of what she said in the first episode to Tracy, asking her if she wanted to F her husband and that she didn't care, she didn't mind sharing. So, you know, Douda would probably have to do something really messed up to I almost called it Candy, to Rosalind, in order for her to want to shoot him. But can't put it past him because she was willing to help Jake get those papers out of his safe in order to, you know, expose him or whatever. So she don't really care for him that much. She just got to keep up appearances and do what she got to do. You never know. The next person I have is Dre. Now, Dre is Kevin and Keisha's stepmother, Nina's wife. Again, I don't really think she would have a serious reason to do it, but then again, we've seen last season how gangster Dre can get if you mess with her family. Okay, she was willing to kill Ronnie and everybody under that bridge if they didn't find that cell phone. So I don't know. Dre has expressed how much she doesn't really like or care for Duda. So again, do I think she would have like a serious motive to want to shoot him or kill him? Not really sure, but we just gotta see how the season plays out. Now, I did put Tracy. Now, at first, Tracy wouldn't have been a thought, but the way they are acting in this first episode, the lusty eyes, the flirtatiousness, all that other type of stuff, all right, so could Tracy really be falling for him, or is she, you know, letting him get close and then, you know, kill him or get him hurt or whatever? Because maybe she feels that, you know, he may have played a big part in her son getting killed. Now, if you don't remember Tracy, Tracy was the mother to Jason. Jason was the first boy in the very first episode of The Chi to get killed and shot. And then we saw her with Ronnie, and, you know, she was or still is a community leader for mothers and families who lost their children to, you know, police brutality and gang violence and things like that. So she plays a very, you know, stable part in the community and things of that nature. But now we're really going to see her, and is she going to get tangled up with Duda and his ways? Are we going to see some threesome action? Because like I said, Roslyn says she don't mind sharing. I'm just like, what does that mean? What does that mean, sis? I need to know. Are y'all gonna be doing some threesomes? Are you just gonna let them do what they do while you do what you do? This is gonna be an interesting season. That's all I'm saying. And then a few people did point out that, you know, the guys in Tracy's life always end up dead. Okay, her son Ronnie, because he did get shot walking with her. So maybe that was them, you know, setting us up for what could happen this season with Duda. I don't really know. Now, this next one, honey, this was just me putting a name, child, because like I put Mark, I did put Octavia. Now, Octavia's storyline has absolutely nothing to do with Duda. I'm like 99.999% sure. Again, just like Mark, I doubt we're even going to see them in the same place, let alone her on the roof trying to kill him. And I have my own theories about her, but again, because these are some new characters, you got to look at them like, oh, okay, I guess, honey. So I just put her there just for shits and giggles. But again, I have my own theories about Octavia, but tied into another storyline, so put a pause on that. And then lastly, I put Debrat. Now, Debrat will be making an appearance on some episodes throughout the season as well. Now, I'm not sure what her character name is and who she knows, who she's tied in with. Not really sure if she knows Duda, if she has some past resentment towards him or anybody else. So I did put her just because we don't really know much about who her character is. So again, at this point, anybody could have done it, and there's a bunch of people that would have a reason to do it. So Duda, you done messed up, dog. You done messed up. So Duda, are you mayor or are you gangster? Let us know, and let me know, y'all, who do y'all think could have done this? Okay, I gave y'all so many different people, so give me your 3 to 5 people, okay, like your main people that you would really think would do this to Duda. Let me know. So next, let's move on to Keisha. Now, we did end the 3rd season with Keisha kind of, you know, up in the air about, you know, aborting her baby. Now, because the actress was pregnant in real life, that wasn't gonna work. So she is pregnant, fully pregnant, you know, about 8 months pregnant or so, ready to pop, you know, in a matter of days, weeks. And so instead of aborting the baby, obviously, she is looking for parents to give up the baby for adoption. So that's where we get to meet Auntie Tab's character, Octavia. I was super excited when I saw that picture of Auntie Tab and her play husband. I was like, yes, I was super excited. I was not expecting to see her in the first episode, but honey, did we see her? So she meets up with Octavia and Mark. They're at she's at their house with her mother Nina, and you know, even backtracking when she was trying to figure out something to wear, she was with Tiffany. She showed the picture of Octavia and Mark, and you know, just looking at them, they look like a very nice, you know, well put couple, you know, nicely put, you know, they look upstanding, they looked promising, right? And then we get to their house, very beautiful, just you can tell they have money, so the baby would be taken care of financially. They would have, you know, the baby would have that stability. And then looking at the picture, you know, it looks like it would be a loving home, right? Shit. You would have thought Mark and Octavia were two strangers on the street. Do you understand me? The way, first of all, I had watched the episode on my phone on YouTube because I was too lazy to turn my TV on. Don't judge me. But when I was looking at it, I was like, are they sitting in chairs? That's how far apart they were sitting from each other. They were literally on opposite ends of the sofa, okay? Opposite ends. So I was like, aren't y'all supposed to be proving to them that y'all are a loving married couple who want to have a baby? And y'all sitting on east and west? Like, bring it in, scooch it in. Scooch it in. So Nina complimented Octavia on their home, and she was like, oh, thank you, you know, we've been working on it for quite some time. And before she could even even get her sentence out, Mark is like, yeah, she loved this house. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And that's how it went that entire scene. Every time Octavia would try to say something or whatever, he was cutting her off. He was being very dismissive, very sarcastic, and she was looking at him like, like, listen, Octavia was 2 seconds from busting Mark upside his head. Do you understand me? Like, all he had to do was breathe, and she was like, calm it down, you better watch who you're talking to. And so the tension was too thick, okay? I could feel it through the phone, through the TV, and Keisha picked up on it immediately. So she straight out asked them, listen, are y'all on the same page? Are y'all good as a couple? Because it doesn't really seem like y'all are rocking with each other, okay? Like, bring it in, okay? Bring it in. Like, do y'all even like each other? Are y'all even married? Like, what's going on? And, you know, they're trying to put on this front like, yeah, you know, marriage is hard. We're not always on the same page, but we love each other and all that other type of stuff. And Keisha's like, listen, I'm a child of divorce. I don't want my child to go through that. So if y'all not on the same page, if y'all not going to be together on one accord, I need to know now, because at this point, it's, you know, it's not really looking good for y'all to be adopting my baby. So Octavia's like, listen, no one will love that baby more than me. And then Mark is like, don't you mean more than us? And I was like, ooh. And then that was the last straw for Octavia. She was like, can I talk to you outside? Bring your ass. Come on. We'll be right back, y'all. We'll be right back after these messages. Bring your ass outside. And they outside, and you can hear them arguing and all that type of stuff. So that has Keisha like, child, I thought these was gonna be the ones. I mean, they seemed promising, but I don't know. So we see later on Octavia pays Keisha a visit, you know, bearing some Garrett's popcorn as a little peace offering gift. And she comes clean about she and her husband are getting a divorce. And Keisha was like me, are we supposed to be surprised? Because we ain't. I could have told you that, Octavia, from the moment we saw y'all on opposite ends of the couch, that y'all wasn't rocking with each other. So when she said that they were getting a divorce, and, you know, the first thing out her mouth was, I wasn't trying to lie to you. Okay, well, you was trying to perform, because you was acting your behind off, acting like y'all was on one page, but I digress. So Keisha was like, listen, I appreciate you coming clean and, you know, telling me the truth and bringing the popcorn, but I'm really serious about wanting my child to be raised in a two-parent household. And if you can't provide that, then there's nothing else for us to discuss. And I was like, well, shit. I was like, not Tab, not dismissing Auntie Tab. Wait a minute. And I was like, oh, that's so sad, you know? Or is it? Now listen, I think I was so wrapped up in, oh my gosh, it's Auntie Tab, oh my gosh. And I had to get out of that and like really pay attention to her character, because a lot of people were like, we don't really trust Octavia. I was like, what? Why y'all don't trust Auntie Tab? And it was like, no, we don't trust Octavia. We feel like, because, you know, I feel like Mark and Octavia were like the last, or like the really only promising couple that Keisha was looking forward to meeting. Like, you know, if everything had gone smoothly, she was 100% sure going to give the baby to them. Like, there was no questions asked. But because of everything, now she's like, well, I don't feel like Keisha probably met another couple that, you know, that she kind of held to the same standard as them, like, you know. So now that this couple is kind of, you know, out the question, she may end up keeping the baby for herself. And I feel like that may happen. That's a very strong possibility, only because she kept referring to the baby as my baby, my child, my this, my that. And yes, she is carrying it, but she's carrying it in order to give it up for adoption. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, and even though the actress was pregnant in real life, of course, she couldn't get rid of the baby. But I feel like if she truly didn't want to have, you know, her abusers, her abductors baby, she would have gone through with the abortion, no matter how painful. But I feel like she would have gone through with it just to get rid of all of that baggage and all that memory of what happened to her. But because she went through with it, again, the actress was pregnant in real life, so she had to. But you know what I'm saying? And I just truly feel like once she gives birth to the baby, she's really going to have some strong attachment to the baby. And she may backtrack, because even when she was meeting with Octavia and Mark, you know, Octavia asked her if she was sure that she wanted to do this. And Keisha was stunned. Not stunned, but she was stuck a little bit. Like, she didn't answer. She wasn't sure. Her mother had to answer for her. So I think that's kind of, you know, foreshadowing. Maybe Keisha might want to end up keeping the baby for herself. And let's say that does happen. Where does that leave Octavia? Because this episode was not the last time we're going to see Octavia at all. We're going to see her and Keisha bonding, or, you know, forming some type of friendship or something. I don't know. But if Keisha does decide to keep the baby, where does that leave Octavia? Will she be able to visit the baby? Or will she do what a lot of people think she will do? Because everybody was like, Octavia gives us, you know, kidnapper vibes. I was like, what? I was like, wait, y'all think Auntie Tab gonna be snatching babies? But then I kept watching the scenes, and I was like, I could see it. I could most definitely see it. I could see it. You know, it's like, girl, if you're willing to put on that whole act in front and perform as if you and your husband were on the same page, how far are you willing to go to get a baby? Because, you know, she said, I just wanted a baby for a very long time. And so, you know, I asked him to come over, put on this front, and to increase my chances. And I'm just like, because my whole thing was, after I watched the scene a few times, girl, how did you find my address? Like, why is you just popping up? Girl, what? In your nice trench coat and handbag, girl, no ma'am. So a lot of people, y'all, a lot of people were like, we love Tab, but Octavia, sis, you're giving us, you gonna end up snatching the baby. I was like, damn. But I could see it. So Tab, Auntie, is you finna be snatching the baby? Huh? Imagine her taking the baby and then replacing the baby with a little pail of Garrett's popcorn. Just, honey, I will scream if they go looking for that baby in the crib and they turn back the blanket and it's a pail of Garrett's popcorn. Baby, I will literally throw my phone away. I will scream. I will be hollering at that television screen if Tab is running away with the baby. I am going to cry. But a lot of people do have that theory. Because, you know, it set it up real sad. Like, oh, she's a distressed wife. At first, I thought my good sis was getting abused by that man. Because, again, he was a little bit too comfortable being disrespectful to her in front of company. I'm just like, what's going on behind the closed doors, honey? She was looking a little frazzled, a little scared. I was like, girl, are you getting abused? Someone on Twitter said, Lord, not my Auntie Tab being a troubled wife. I said, I know that's right. So, I don't really know, okay? It's a strong possibility my good sis might snatch that baby. Sorry, Auntie. But you were giving How far are you willing to go to make sure you get a baby, honey? And so it's a few different ways this can go. Either Keisha will end up keeping the baby for herself, which may prompt Octavia to steal the baby. Maybe not, I don't know. Or she might end up giving the baby to Octavia, despite her being a divorced woman now, or going through a divorce, and her wanting the baby to be in a 2-parent household. Maybe the bond that she and Octavia will develop will change her mind. Or she might find another family, and Octavia might try and steal the baby. I'm sorry, Auntie Tab. It's just, I'm cracking up at the thought. Now, let me tell y'all my little theory about Octavia real quick. And then we're going to move on to the last little section. So, this is such a reach. Okay, let me stretch. Because this is such a reach. Now, when we found out that Auntie Tab was going to be on the show back in February, and then we found out her character's name was Octavia, I was like I started putting all these theories together, and we didn't get not a nothing, okay, alluding to anything. Now, if you think back to season 3, when Keisha was abducted, the man's name, or the character's name, was Omari. And then we found out that Tab was playing a woman named Octavia. Now, I was like, it's only a few old names that you can get away with, and it can't be coincidental. It can't be coincidental, honey. So I was thinking, oh my goodness. And then we found out Octavia was going to be crossing paths with Keisha and be tied into her storyline. So I was like, don't tell me Octavia's going to be the sister to Omari. She's going to end up getting Keisha's baby. She's going to end up befriending Keisha, not knowing her brother raped her. It's far-fetched, but at the same time, I could see it. I could see it. I mean, because how many old names we really just popping out with? Let me know something. And I just started putting all these storylines yup, Keisha gonna meet this woman named Octavia, not knowing that Octavia is the sister to the man who raped her and got her pregnant. And then Octavia might adopt the baby, not knowing it's her niece. Yeah, I don't know. Listen, this creative brain of mine, listen. And that was just me going off of the fact that both their names started with an O, and they're both tied into Keisha's storyline. If I'm on to something, I might be on to something. But that probably has nothing to do with anything on the show, so disregard that. But if that storyline does come out, you heard it here first. Chatting with Shantae, period. Okay, so lastly, moving on from them, we're going to get into Emmett real quick. Your boy Emmett is stressed, okay? He is stressing because remember last season, he and Dom smashed, okay? They had sex, and in order to clear his conscience, he was like, listen, I need to... Lord, I hope y'all can't hear people outside. They're right by my window. Lord, I'm sorry. Listen. Help us, Lord. Sorry. But yeah, last season Emmett and Dom smashed. They had sex, and Emmett got the bright idea that if he proposes and marries Tiffany, then his conscience will be cleared. He'll be on a clean slate. Well, Emmett, hate to say that plan didn't work, because you are nervous as heck. Now Emmett and Tiff, they're still married, they're in love, blah blah blah, and then Tiffany wants to go into business with Dom, making edibles. And so they're going to be spending more time together. And then Dom and Darnell, who is Emmett's daddy, are together. So she's going to be seeing them together. And I'm just like, all right, this is going to be stressful, okay? Now, we saw Dom and Darnell kind of flirting a little bit, but did we think that they were going to get into an actual relationship? No. And then in the first episode, Dom confessed to Darnell right off the bat, listen, I effed Emmett. How you feel? Darnell said he didn't really care. He went to Emmett and was like, that's what we doing now? How you gonna propose to your girlfriend in front of your mistress and then marry her, but then continue to work with your mistress? Even I wouldn't do no stuff like that. So I was like, Lord. And then don't forget Jada, who is Emmett's mother. She knows as well. She, put 2 and 2 together last season. So Emmett has his girl Tiffany in a very uncomfortable and just straight out wrong place to have your woman. Everybody knows that Dom and Emmett slept together except for the wife, except for Tiffany, okay? Emmett knows, Dom knows, now Darnell knows, and Jada Ben knew. That's just the worst place you can have your woman. Don't have me sitting up here smiling and giggling in another woman's face. Ugh. Just the thought of it, child. Hold me, Lord. Hold me. Cause honey, listen, that's the worst. Don't let me come into an environment when everybody knows something about me and you ain't. Nah. So the funniest thing in the episode was the soul food scene where Darnell was like, we're gonna have a family movie night. This fool, now he already stuck in 2003 with his Bluetooth headset and his suede tracksuits, okay? But this fool done brought the VHS tape of soul food, and they like, how the hell we finna watch that? And then he held up his VCR player like, I got it. I'm just like, who on the production team still has one of these? Because I know y'all didn't just buy this. I know y'all didn't just find this randomly. Like, no, one of y'all still got this thing and y'all decided to put it in the show, because ain't no way they still making these. Like, ain't no way. So they watching soul food. They're making the edibles, or they're eating the edibles and things like that. So while watching soul food, the infamous part, F the family, because the family F my husband. I was like, I know that's right, Terry. And so Tiffany, she's reciting the lines. It's the way she's saying the lines is like it's hitting real close to home, okay? So Dom's looking over like, does she know something? Emmett is sweating profusely. It's just, the sweat is pouring, okay? And Darnell is sitting on the end laughing his ass off because he did this on purpose. I know he did this like from planning the movie night to planning which movie they would watch, okay? He set that whole thing up, okay? So you can tell that's going to be the whole banter between Emmett and Darnell when they're around Tiff and Dom, or more so Tiff. You know, he may not rat Emmett out, you know, flat out, but he is gonna make him very uncomfortable. He's gonna, you know, be blackmailing him a little bit, or hanging this over his head, you know, like deliberately playing soul food, or, you know, making sure they're all in the same place at the same time, you know, some type of shicey stuff like that. It's gonna be funny, but it's gonna be tearing Emmett's behind up. He is stressed. I mean, he was paranoid the entire time when, if Tiff and Dom were talking for a split second, he was like, y'all laughing at me, y'all talking about me, and they're just like, sir, who are you? No one's thinking about you, my baby. So what y'all think? Do y'all think, you know, I think, first of all, I think Emmett and Dom shouldn't have messed around in the first place. But secondly, he should have been came clean before he even proposed to her, before they got married, for sure. Like, because he thought by doing that his conscience would be cleared and everything would be all forgiven and forgotten. Nope. And now that your girl and your mistress or whatever, you know, are going into business together, they're gonna be around each other a lot. They're gonna start forming a friendship. And Dom, you need your behind whoop, because ain't no way you need to be smiling up in that woman's face knowing that they were together, knowing that you slept with that man, even though they wasn't husband and wife yet. That don't matter. They were in a full-blown relationship when you smashed him. And then to turn around and go smash his father, I wouldn't be surprised if Dom ends up pregnant and it's gonna be like, ooh. So is it the daddy, or is it, you know, the zaddy? Like, who is it? That's gonna be interesting to see. And so, do y'all think Tiff gonna find out? And if she does, you know, who she gonna find out from? Do you think, you know, Emmett's gonna be man enough to tell her? Or do you think she might overhear a conversation? Do you think Darnell will actually rat him out? Or do you think, just the way Dom confessed to Darnell, she might confess to Tiffany? Because, you know, I think the reason why Dom confessed to Darnell is because she's seen that their relationship is getting serious. So she doesn't want to go any further without, you know, cleaning their slate. So the way she did that to, you know, save their relationship, or, you know, start their relationship off strong, I guess you could say, she might do the same with Tiffany. She might see that their business venture might be turning into an actual friendship. And another thing, before I close this off, because I don't want it to make it too long, but another thing that has me thinking is, because in this first episode, we've seen that Keisha and Tiffany have developed a pretty strong bond as well. I mean, Tiffany's helping her pick out clothes and they're laughing and joking. And we saw that start to happen in the last season once Keisha was trying to figure out what she should do, and she was getting advice from Tiffany about being a young mother and things like that. So it was very nice to see them form a friendship and to still be going strong and things like that, because we know in the beginning they were not rocking with each other like that. So to see them grow like that is amazing. But we also know that Keisha and Emmett are very cool as well. And help me remember, I'm not sure if Emmett told Keisha that they slept together. I cannot remember. I know they had a conversation regarding Dom, but I do not remember if Emmett told Keisha that he slept with Dom. I cannot remember for the life of me. But if he didn't, then, or if he did, you know, I hope that that doesn't ruin the relationship between Tiffany and Keisha, only because, again, she knows how cool Keisha and Emmett still are. And once she finds out that it's not breaking news, really, because everybody knows, you know, Darnell knows, Jada knows, of course, Dom and Emmett know, she's the last person to find out. I hope that doesn't put a strain on Tiffany and Keisha's relationship, because she might feel betrayed by everybody. Like, well, damn, everybody knew. Did you know too? And you didn't tell me, but you've been smiling in my face too. Or if Keisha doesn't know, then, you know, like, can you see how I'm going with that? So, honey, this season is finna be one hell of a ride. I'm super excited. Okay, we got something to watch on Sundays now. Thank you, Lord. But yeah, so y'all let me know down below what y'all think is about to happen, okay, in this season. Who do y'all think shot Doodah? Okay, give me your 3 to 5 people. Do y'all think Keisha's gonna end up keeping the baby? Do y'all think Octavia gonna snatch the baby? And when it comes to Emmett and Tiffany, do you think he's gonna confess, or do you think Tiffany's gonna hear from another source? So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I am going to enjoy recording these episodes and reviewing The Chi. This will be my first time reviewing a show. I'm so very excited. So weekly episodes with The Chi on top of my own personal hoopla that I'll be talking about on the show, my podcast. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm going to see y'all on the next episode. I love y'all. Bye.